Hi, and welcome again to another edition of Market Analysis for today, June 5th, 2023. I'm Giovanni Betancourt, analyst, trader, and operator with Vantage Markets. Last week, the U.S. Labor Department reported that employment rose by about 313,000 jobs in May, well above expectations for an increase of 190,000 jobs for the period. However, that was some good news for the market. But today, after yesterday's meeting, OPEC Plus meeting of 6 hours, uh, some news came out that Saudi Arabia will be cutting 1 million barrels per day in July. So, therefore, we most likely will be seeing some movement, all right, some fluctuation to the upside in crude oil market. And let's take a look at it real quick. And here's crude oil, WTI. So we've seen how we up and up with a strong gap up, which has been closed already. So the continuation of this movement or this tendency to up to the upside most likely will continue. The RSI is above the 50 marker, so that means that we are entering a uptrend, a strong. No, we could initially begin a strong uptrend. So therefore, $76 is that psychological resistance level that I'm using, but you could initially obviously use the $1 markers, so $75 and so what and whatnot. But however, if we have a strong demand or no strong buying in crude oil, most likely will obviously fluctuate above our resistance, and so therefore we want to look back and take a look at previous highs. So 76.85 will be our next target if we do happen to fluctuate above 76. So keep that in mind. All right, but it is favorite to the upside. And as far as the market goes, we've seen how the Nasdaq is in overbought territory, has been quite some time, like almost a week already. So therefore, a pullback is imminent. However, if we continue to just drive the sentiment higher, then 15,000 will be that psychological marker to keep in mind. But initially, those that round numbers will help you out just to measure that movement. But we are in overbought territory, so a short pullback, perhaps towards 14,000, could be also contemplated before another leg is created in the Nasdaq. That's obviously tech heavy. As far as the S&P goes, we are trading about that $4,200 marker, which it was in a lot of people's minds as a resistance. Now it's a support. So let's see if we continue to move to the upside. We have some room in the RSI, so we still have some room to move higher. Uh, Perhaps shy of the resistance is where we find that resistance, and some sellers profit taking could be taking place there. As far as the Dow goes, on Friday we had a nice rally. We kind of opened 33,829 and we closed at 33,142, 33,816. 33,829. We opened with a small gap up on the Dow, but it's been closed already. So will that continue? Will that momentum to the upside continue, or will we see a pullback in the Dow? So right now, that's what it looks like. So initially, in the next 5-10 minutes, a sell off. Selling the Dow could be a nice place. So we already saw crude oil. So $70 is our support, 76 is our psychological resistance, and so having another attempt at the upside, it could be is beneficial. But if the dollar index continues to gain strength, that'll put a monkey wrench in that movement. Then we have natural gas that is moving higher. It did open with a gap up, so go with the momentum. The other side is way far from being overbought, so it could be a good movement, or it could just be profit taken from all this movement to the downside, and then just selling around 220 to make another leg to the downside. Then we have the gold. Gold is actually below 1950, which is something that I like to follow. So it did it didn't work as a resistance at 1950 level, and it retraced from there. So 1930 will be our next support. Let's see if that holds. But so far, 1940 is the one that has brought more attention to it. So as far as gold goes, if the dollar index continues to appreciate, then we'll most likely continue to move to the downside, as well as silver to push lower. Then we have here was copper. Copper is really, I'm looking at copper, and I think that copper this week is going to enter into just some consolidation stage. Uh, really stay around here in a very tight, you know, range of 380 and 360. Then we have Bitcoin that is trending lower now. 2650 is that psychological support that I have here. Let's see if it'll hold. Then we have the currencies which are pushing lower since the dollar index is gaining some strength, as well as the pound is really trading lower because the dollar index is pushing higher. So 105 is a resistance. If we do happen to break that 105, will be that marker. And if it does, if it breaks 104.5 and it trades to the upside towards the 105 marker, we most likely will see the currencies drop even more, right? Currencies will drop. Metals most likely will drop also. So okay, and crude oil most likely will also drop as well with the indices. So that's my view for the markets today. Have a great trading day. I'll see you tomorrow.